Good morning, Zio here, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so now. The more we grow, the more reach we have, which means things like this get out into the wild a lot faster. The more people start to talk about it, maybe we can make a difference one day. So, how are you today? I'm doing fantastic. I've got myself some coffee, and I've got a very, very long shift ahead of me. So, with all that, let's get into it, shall we? Now, with this video, we will be talking about old school RuneScape. That's right, OSRS. As soon as I figure out how to say that without saying all the words, that would be fantastic, but my brain doesn't work that well. So we're going to do the best that we can. Now, as this, we are going to be telling one of the stories of somebody who has had their account banned. Meant to do it yesterday, but Final Fantasy kind of ran a little longer than I expected it to. We're also going to be exploring the parent company behind it and a few other metrics like the one right behind me right now, because I think they're somewhat important as we talk about things as poor security. I've got several videos I plan to do on this subject, apparently, especially with poor security, poor customer support, the bearing and ignoring of players who have been falsely banned, my thoughts on everything. So just sort of stay tuned, subscribe to the channel for more as these videos do come out, and because they're worth a look, they're worth a listen to, and let me know, of course, everything you think down in the comments down below. You can hit me up on Twitter at ZOTGT. Or you can hit me up at my email if you have a story that you would like to add, because I plan to tell more of these stories and shed some light onto the situation, because you are not alone. You're not the only person who's been falsely banned for macroing or botting, especially those, because I've got one now where somebody who just didn't even know what that was got banned for that exact same thing, but then couldn't get reversed or something like that. I can't remember now. But anyway. Yeah, and they're piss poor response when it comes to people asking, hey, can we get a fix here? So let's do that. Now, what is this up here? These are the MMO population numbers. Now, this isn't exact, right? Because in order for us to get an exact number, companies have to straight up tell us what their population is. But these are based on different metrics taken from different games, from active subscribers to active users and things like that, activity that is actually happening onto the servers to the best of their ability to actually garner these numbers. So when I say things like World of Warcraft is on top, it really is still on top, although I don't know if it's that low yet, because I don't know. If that is anywhere close to the actual number of WoW active subscribers right now, anyway. But what I wanted to talk about, because I've mentioned it in the past, that RuneScape is somewhere in like the top 5 of most active MMOs, usually the most subscribed to or something like that, because I see it in a lot of these different metrics where they measure these things, and it's always in the top. But I couldn't remember if it was RuneScape or old school RuneScape, and it's almost both. But if we look at this real quick, if these of course, you got to take them with a grain of salt, because they're not perfect. But you're looking at World of Warcraft with over 2 million players, right? And old school RuneScape also has over 2 million players, or at least 2 million accounts that are set up for it, which is why this is a big problem. Old school RuneScape is huge, whether you like it or not, whether it's your game. It is a big game still to this day, still big. And them having horrible security, horrible customer service, systems, their automated bot banning systems and things like that need to be updated. Listen, the game may be old, but your security needs to be updated. Anyway, we're going to talk more into that when we actually get to the video where I talk about their security, because I'm looking into a possible data breach that may have happened that people just don't realize happened because nobody was informed, among other things. So look forward to that. Followed by Final Fantasy 14. You know, it's boasting about 1.5, a little over 1.5 mil. And all three of these, of course, are showing some pretty good sustainable growth, little growth here and there, and I expect WoWs to explode near the end of the year when Shadowlands finally drops, of course, because it always does with a new expansion. If this expansion does what it does, or what Legion did, we could see some pretty good growth in WoW. And then we've got Elder Scrolls Online and Guild Wars 2. If anyone asks me what would be in the top 5 of most, you know, looked at, most subscribed to MMOs, these would be the 4 that I would or the 5 that I would list them, although I wouldn't know exactly its exact order. Of course, all of these are games I have played except for RuneScape, so I've got a lot of things that I could say about a lot of them. Beyond that, you've got at 6 RuneScape, Elite Dangerous, which I have no idea what it is, Star Citizen, Black Desert Online, EVE Online, SOTOR. Ooh, SOTOR. Anyway, it's down there with about 269,000. Anyway, so let's move on. Who is Jagex exactly? This is something I do want to sort of also talk about for those of you who don't know what RuneScape is, or this company. This is a British video game developer and publisher in Cambridge. So they are across the pond from where I am, which, you know, it doesn't mean it gives them an excuse or anything for having lax security. I think they might have more security, but you know, they've been around for a good 20 some years at this point. Actually, it's probably listed somewhere. I think 21 years ago. Founded in 1999. They have several games under their belts, like RuneScape Old School, RuneScape Darkscape, Block and Loaded, Fun Orb, 8 Realms, Carnage Racing, Chronicles, RuneScape Legends. They've published War of Legends, not sure what that is, Heterophia, Ace of Spades, RuneScape, Idle Adventures, some mobile stuff, and they've got a few canceled games. That sounds about right? So what is RuneScape exactly? Old School RuneScape is a separate incarnation of RuneScape released in February 22nd, 2013, based on copies of the game from August 2007. It was open to paying subscribers after a poll to determine the level of support for release. This game passed 50,000 votes. Anyway, following a free-to-play version on 19th February 2015, Old School RuneScape receives regular content updates, which must be voted on by its players before it can be added to the game, which you know, is kind of a nice thing, to be totally honest, when you've got players contributing like that, and they're actually doing it. On January 17th, July 2017, Jagex announced the development of a mobile version of RuneScape. If I'm saying Jagex incorrectly, please correct me. Seriously. Anyway, I do have some story to tell you. Story time. It's only taken us 9 minutes to get into it, of course, because as you know, we were going through the history and other things stuff. Maybe I should save that for the next one. Now, you know what? Let's go ahead and do it. All right. So I've got a story here. It's right in front of me. You can't see it. It's not on there. If you have a story yourself that you want to send it to me, I will tell it anonymously in your words. You know, I won't sit there and completely paraphrase it or anything, but I'll put your story out there so we can, you know, maybe shed a light on some of the things that are happening. But anyway, so here we go. Well, I've made 8 new accounts last October. I was making videos on the accounts, but nothing really special. I have like 30 subs. The method of multi-logging that you saw in Anti-Man's OSRS video, I also play that way. Anyways, I'm training late one night, and I woke up the next morning to all 8 accounts permanently banned for macroing. I went through Jagex appeal system, and they gave me the statement of, there is no evidence to suggest the ban was applied in error. which is similar to what you read in your video. I appealed all the accounts, one per day, for 4 days straight and got nowhere. An OSRS content creator by the name of saw my post and pleas on Twitter, and he said he would personally send a message to Mod Mark at Jagex. The next morning, I attempted to log into my log in again to find that my accounts had been returned to me. I received a little message in my RuneScape inbox saying the bans were false, so I was happy. I think more curious part is how I received no email whatsoever. Yeah, I find that also curious, by the way, because if that's another thing where I'm talking about how they have some really bad customer service. Anyway, they didn't contact the email that the accounts were linked to even notify me that the accounts were returned. My guess is that blank saw I was trying to promote their game and by making videos, and that was enough to convince Jagex to give me my accounts back, essentially, if you plan to multi-log in OSRS or play too many hours a day, you better make a video. And that's another thing that I also want to touch on and talk about, because that seems to be the case right there. But here we're going to go ahead and go back to Twitter real quick, where we've got Mod Weeth over here telling people that, you know, if your appeal has been denied, then your only option is to start a new account. Thanks. That's so insightful. Anyway, we've gotten a person here asking if they can get an answer for their account, because they've apparently been banned for macroing in 2019, but I haven't played or OSRS since 2018 of March or so. Could someone help me out? My ban appeal was denied yesterday. Again, really bad customer support. Look, you've got a player sitting here who hasn't played since 2018, apparently got themselves banned in 2019 for macroing, but didn't play the game during that time, and your only response at this point is, yeah, got to start a new account, sorry, can't do anything, yeah, we're done here, go away. Really? That's what we're going to go with? That's what we're going to go with? And just sort of, actually, you know what, let's take a look at these real quick. But this is the message that was received in game as one launches the game and stuff, which is another thing. You know, if you're going to ban if somebody gets banned or whatnot, I expect an email explaining the situation. Instead, we've gotten in touch with you because after reviewing your account, we've noticed that you may have broken one of our game rules. You'd probably like to know why we did this, and it only takes a moment to find out. Please click the word account on our website, which you will find near the top right of your screen once you are at runescape.com. From there, you will need to log into your account, and then you will see an account management section. Head to the section titled Account Status to see more information about your recent offense. For some offenses, you can see evidence relating to the offense, and members can also appeal any mute offenses directly from their account membership section. Thanks for reading RuneScape Customer Support. For some offenses, you can see evidence related to the offense. Look, I'm sorry, but let's go ahead and pick some things apart. 1. If I've messed up and needed to be banned, I want evidence of it. It doesn't matter what it was, I need evidence of that. If you're going to sit there and ban me, show me the flippin' evidence. Don't give me this. For some offenses, you can see evidence, which implies that for some instances, you won't see any evidence. They don't have evidence to show you, but they're still going to apply this ban, which is where I've seen and heard other things where people have told me that they've received an email going, hey, look, we don't have evidence of you actually botting or macroing. However, we don't have evidence to unban your account either. And I'm just sitting there like, what? What? That makes no sense whatsoever. But this is, of course, the the message you get when you get unbanned, apparently, in this particular instance. This message is from Jagex player support. This account has been identified as violating our in-game form rules. As part of an ongoing interactive to proactive review banning accounts, we've taken another look and we have concluded that though there is insufficient evidence to merit the ban, as a result of this further investigation, we have removed the ban for you. Investigations like this also provide us with valuable information on how your account as detected, and as a result, we have made some adjustments to our detective systems to avoid catching it again. The problem is this has been happening for years. You may be hearing it first now, but apparently from digging, this has been going on for years. Your detection system needs an overhaul. For future reference, you can head back, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, player support. Now, wow, this is a lot to go through, and this is just one story we're talking about right now. There's others. There's countless others where Jagex support just straight up ignores people, doesn't unban them, ignores them, ban them from the subreddit for even attempting to bring it up, trying to get any kind of help. But also, at the same time, there is a silver lining. There are some mods out there, and I've heard one mod's name praised quite a few times throughout the forums and stuff for work that she has done where she has reversed a lot of these bans, where other mods like I think maybe not this one, but other mods for Jagex have pretty much done this sort of similar thing where they've just ignored it or just nope, can't do anything for you, make a new account, scrub, we don't want to hear from you. Also, of course, a lot of this stuff, I feel like, from what I've noticed anyway, my thought process, of course, is on the free-to-play accounts. They're not exactly on the membership accounts or the subscribed accounts, which makes me somewhat throw out this theory. Now, I'll put on a tinfoil hat real quick, that maybe they're trying to push people into a subscriber-based model, where they scrub your free accounts, ignore you, hoping that you will come back and actually pay them money, and sub to the account. But at the same time, I have seen some of the or at least that was my first thoughts, right? But I have seen evidence of people who do pay for the membership or whatever it's called, and still getting banned. You've got people who've put in hundreds of dollars into this game and still wound up getting banned for, macroing or botting when they were doing nothing of the sort. But I'm not really sure who this person is. I'm just going to go ahead and say that right now, other than that they seem to be a streamer of some kind. They make content with OSRS, and other than that, I really don't know a whole lot about them, but they seem to be able to pull off some help out there, which is good. Which leads me into my other theory, of course. If you're a nobody, if you're just a scrub who's just playing the game and you get falsely banned for whatever reason, you've got no help. If they're going to probably deny your appeal, within days or whatever, or hours, or whoever else, and not actually do anything for you. At the same time, if you have any kind of community whatsoever, regardless of how large or small, as in with the story, guy was, this person was, making some videos, and I went to the YouTube channel, and there's not a whole lot there. There's about 30 some subscribers, and there's not really a whole lot there. However, it's enough to possibly scare some a moderator or whatnot over at Jagex to go, oh wait, this guy might know somebody bigger, and this might go out further than we want. We need to fix this real quick, so we go ahead and reverse the bans or whatnot, and they'll shut up and go away. But that seems to be the thing, as if you happen to be a prominent streamer with this game or make a lot of videos on this game and you do get your accounts banned, you generally can get yourself unbanned very quick and in a hurry. And of course, if you ask to get somebody else unbanned and petition somebody to actually do it and contact someone you may have on the inside or somebody you've talked to frequently because maybe you've had similar issues, you can actually get them unbanned, which is the case right here. A longtime viewer of mine has had his Max account banned for botting and claims to have never done so. Help the lad out, give him some attention so a JMod sees it. He got unbanned, thanks for helping him out. It doesn't really matter how much pull you seem to have when it comes to it if you do have a presence elsewhere on the social media space, doing videos and other things. It does seem like that they're more likely to unban you when they falsely ban you. Other than that, they're not going to do jack. Anyway, I think this has run on quite a bit today. We'll pick this up another day. I've got more stories, and I want to talk about the security, the horrible security that Jagex apparently has for their system, which is bad. Keep in mind these numbers, of course. Keep in mind these numbers right here. If this game, is as big, comes anywhere close to that number, right there on the right side of the screen, they need to pick up the ball and fix their shit. It's not that hard. Well, okay, it might be hard, but they should be making enough at this point to actually be able to afford real cyber security. Just saying. Anyway, especially when you've got like a pin system and other things and stuff that just isn't working properly and is getting evaded and passed through, and oh my gosh. Anyway, there's a lot there. We're going to go through it in another video. Let me know what you think about all this stuff down in the comments below, and I will talk to you later. And of course, if you have any story you want to share or whatever, hit me up. I'm available. My DMs are open. I will tell it out there for the world to hear, what has happened to you, how you've been mistreated by the tech support or whatever else, whether it was a mod or anything else. If you've got pictures to go with it, that helps too. I would like to see those as well, so I can show them, of course, and we will sanitize anything that's got your name in it, of course, so you don't have to worry about retaliation from Jagex or any of the mods that way. Anyway, I'm Zeo, this is Zeo Gaming, and I will see you in the next one.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment, smash that like button, and always subscribe for more. And of course, there are other videos floating around somewhere on the screen, so click one of those and see if you can find something that suits your fancy. Till then, I'll see you later. Bye.